All right, you're now in my Capcut video editing class. So let's gather around because today we're going to demystify something that freaks a lot of beginners out, and that's video editing. And not just any editing, Capcut editing. I can already hear the sighs. But don't worry, I got you. You download the app, you open it up, and suddenly your screen looks like a spaceship control panel. Buttons, menus, icons everywhere. You don't even know where to start. But here's the truth. Editing is like mathematics. Once you understand the basic operations, you can solve almost anything. That's what my college instructor told me when I was in his math class. And I followed his advice and I was able to get an A+ in math that I didn't like just by knowing the formula. Capcut is the same, and it will be the easiest calculator you'll ever use after you finish watching this video. Now let me start with this. Capcut comes in two flavors. There's a phone version, which is quick and designed for TikTok and Reels. And there's the desktop or laptop version, which is perfect for longer videos like YouTube. I like to compare it to taking notes in class. On your phone, it's like scribbling something down in your pocket notebook while you're on the bus or train. Fast, easy, and good enough to get the job done. On your computer or laptop, though, it's like spreading everything out on your desk with highlighters, sticky notes, and a big sheet of paper. You have more room to see the whole picture. And that's the difference. Same idea, just more control. The backbone of Capcut, whether you're on your iPhone or Samsung phone or your PC or laptop, is the timeline. Think of the timeline as a chalkboard in a classroom, and it's stretched across the bottom of the screen. That's where all the action happens, at the bottom of the screen. Every video clip, every piece of music, every sound effect, every bit of text, you line them up on that chalkboard like magnets on a refrigerator. You decide what stays, what goes, and in what order it all plays out. Let me give you an example. Let's say you filmed a quick video of your dog trying to jump on the sofa. Cute. But the first 10 seconds is just him going around in circles to get ready to jump. Nobody wants to watch him circling. So you slide the edge of the clip, cut out the boring stuff, and keep only the dog's jump. Boom. Suddenly you have a snappy video that actually holds attention. Did you get that? Editing is really just storytelling, but you're controlling the timing. You get to decide what your audience sees and what they don't. Now for the audio. And the audio is sneaky because you don't think about it until it's bad. If your music is louder than your voice, people will click away from your video. If your voice sounds like it was recorded inside a bathroom stall, for example, sounds like a cave, it's the same thing. Capcut makes audio simple. You can add background music and then you lower it so your voice sits on top, like the main character of the story. The music is just there to keep things moving, kind of like subtle, not to overpower your voice. Now, text is where people get creative, and sometimes too creative. You can add titles, captions, and little pop-ups. But here's the golden rule. Keep it consistent. Keep it clean. If your first text is a clean white Arial font, don't suddenly switch to neon Roman times halfway through your video while you're editing. That's like showing up to class in a suit one day and pajamas the next day. Pick a style and stick with it. That looks more professional and cohesive, even if you're just starting out as a beginner. Now let's talk about the trap every beginner falls into: effects. Oh man, the effects menu in Capcut is like candy store. Sparkles, glitches, transitions, animations everywhere. Something shiny is begging you to try it and you can't resist it. And I get it. You want your video to look cool, right? But imagine if I handed you a slice of pizza and you dumped every single spice you have in your kitchen on top of that pizza. Cinnamon, garlic, pepper, sugar. It wouldn't taste like pizza anymore. That's what happens when you overload your video with too many effects. You Use them like seasoning. A little pepper here, a pinch of salt there. That's all you need. Now, you've probably seen those jaw-dropping edits where text slides behind a person or words bounce perfectly in sync with a beat. People think that's advanced magic. No, it's not. It is not. It's just layering and timing. The text behind person trick, that's called masking. Basically, you tell Capcut, hide part of the text so it looks like it's behind me. Once you get the concept, you'll be like, oh, that's it? Yep, that's it. Simple. Templates are another big thing inside Capcut platform. Templates are like borrowing someone else's study guide. That's just how I can explain it. They're already laid out. They have already laid out the structure. You just drop in the clips and it looks polished. For example, you've probably seen those trending meme videos where the cuts hit right on the beat. You don't have to figure out the timing, sorry. The template does all of that for you. Great shortcut, but here's my advice. Use templates only to learn about Capcut. If you rely only on templates, your videos will look like everyone else's. And you don't want that, right? If you take the time to learn editing yourself, your style will stand out among the competition. Now let's pause for a second because I want to call out the elephant in the room. Some of you are thinking, why Capcut? Why not Adobe Premiere or Final Cut Pro? And sure, those are powerful software. But here's the thing. Capcut is free. No watermarks, no sneaky paywalls for basic features. And unlike some editors that feel like they are made for, let's say, professionals only, no. Capcut is built with content creators in mind. And that means you. TikTokers, YouTubers, Instagrammers, regular people who want their videos to look good without studying a 400-page manual. And that's why you're watching this video. Now let's take a quick pause before we keep going. If you're someone who learns best by following a step-by-step guide, I've got something that will make your life so much easier. I put together a beginner-friendly ebook called How to Easily Edit Videos with Capcut. It's designed for creators like you, small business owners, or even total beginners who just want to finally feel confident editing their own videos. Inside of this ebook, I walk you through everything from getting started with the Capcut app, to trimming and arranging clips, to working with overlays, text, audio, and even some advanced tips with transitions and effects. And the best part, it's an easy read with clear steps that you can actually follow. You can download it right now in the description from the first link in the description for only $7.99. Honestly, if you're serious about learning Capcut, this is going to save you a whole ton of time and frustration. Just hit that first link in the description and it will take you to the Buy Now button. You'll be glad that you purchased it. Now, let me give you a quick real-life story. My friend tried editing her first YouTube video in Premiere. Adobe Premiere. She spent 3 hours just figuring out how to cut one clip. By the end, she was ready to throw her laptop out the window. Then I showed her how Capcut works. Within 15 minutes, she had a clean edited video ready to upload. The point, tools don't make you professional. Skill and practice do. And Capcut is a perfect place to build those skills without getting overwhelmed and frustrated. Now let's talk about strategy for beginners. And I'm about to wrap this up. If you're brand new, don't start with a giant project. Start small. Film yourself saying hello. Trim out the awkward silence at the beginning and add music and export it. That's it. You've just made your first edit. Then next time you add text. Then next time after that you try a transition. Step by step. Editing is like learning how to ride a bike. You just try not to fall off in front of your neighbors. I didn't know how to ride a bike until I was an adult. That's my confession. But you get the point, right? Sometimes you have to really want to learn something badly to make it happen. And it is never too late to learn. And finally, let's talk about exports. This is where all your hard work pays off. Capcut lets you export in high resolution so that your video looks crisp on whatever platform you post or upload it. If you're making TikToks, export in vertical. If you're making long form YouTube videos, export in horizontal. Don't stress about getting it perfect. Just focus on practicing and sharing. Each video you make will be a little better than the last one. Trust me on this. So let's wrap up real quickly. Capcut is like the best classroom that you'll ever have for editing. It gives you the tools, the features, the space, and the freedom to practice storytelling through video. Start simple. Don't drown your video in effects. Keep your audio balanced, your text consistent, and your edits clean. And most importantly, actually use it. Watching tutorials only gets you so far. The real magic happens when you sit down, you play around with it, you make mistakes, and then you fix them. That's how you learn anything, including Capcut. And who knows, the 10-second clip that you edit today might be the first step toward the YouTube channel, your YouTube channel, the following and the subscribers that you're going to get, or even the business you didn't think you could build. Capcut is just the chalkboard in that classroom. I'm handing you the chalk. Now go write that story. And remember to pick up that ebook that I mentioned earlier so that you can use it to practice this skill. You will need it. Thanks for watching and see you in the next video. Take care now.